do anything?
There's no sense changing something that's working, that's for sure.
It's similar to what they did. Their sweep was just, killing us in the first half, and of course they're going to run until we stop it, and we finally do. And they had more trouble stopping our belly than we did with the sweep. Good run by Benji with the morning there.
This is beginning the fourth quarter. Grace King with a 2nd and 5 at the Abramson 25-yard line.
We're not in any hurry yet. We still got plenty of time to make up 2 touchdowns.
Well, at this point, you've really taken control of this football game.
We preach the 4-yard football play. If you constantly make it 4 yards on every play, you're going to be in good situations.
1st and 10 at the 15.
That's what's happening right here.
One thing we always say about Benji, when he runs hard, he tries to keep negative plays down, and so we don't turn it into like a 3rd and 10.
We ran fullback up the middle, guard trap, a little bit different, but same result, big yardage.
Grace King now at the Abramson 3-yard line, 1st and goal.
Touchdown, Rock Thompson. Good surge on the left side. Josh Emerson, Jeff Lopez, Kevin Floyd. Good lead back block by Benji Lamar.
The try for point was good. Grace King now within a touchdown, 28-21. Here's a replay of that score.
Yeah. Russell does a really good job making the first guy miss. This time we got 9 minutes left in the game. If we get the ball back, I know, I'm very confident we're going to put the ball back in the end zone and tie this thing up.
Well, there's no reason not to believe that. Right. The way you've been moving the football the whole second half.
The whole time.
Both drives have been, long drives. Both drives, eating up the clock. Certainly, here you have time. You hold them, you have time for another score.
Good hard kick down the middle and causing fumble. Almost stepped in the end zone, and get a clip down here that keeps him from allows him to break loose. And then there's the play I was talking about, Hackler, number 7. The guy gets past him and runs back to catch it. A good hustle on his part.
Big defensive play there. To come back and catch that young man. Of course, the clip.
They had like 3 clips on the play, so we look bad as far as the coverage, but it was about 3 clips that kept us.
Abramson starting at their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10 after the penalty.
That's up to the defense now to stop them. Now we're in position to win the ball game, come back and tie it, and it's really all you can do as a coaching staff is put your team in position to win the game, and then we have to start making adjustments and come through.
2nd down at the 10-yard line.
Okay, even though he got outside, he dipped in and made a pretty good move and made him bite inside. He did slow him down long enough for us to get help from the inside. Grady Kusek, number 85, playing for the first time since Chalmette, makes a good play. Comes in again and makes 2 tackles in a row.
Abramson now with a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We're making them work now to get their yardage. They're just going to take it off outside. Dan Bouchon, Ryan Pino, Tim Milam stepping up inside to make the play. When we turn the play in, we got help from the inside. Very simple.
2nd and 8.
They play on the guard trap on the inside. Tim Milam stepping up, Ronnie Tunnefeld on the play, and Romy Williams. 3rd and 7. Fumble, that was a big fumble there. So I thought we had that one. If we could have got that one, that would have been in good shape.
That would have put you in great field position at their 40-yard line had you gotten that fumble.
Okay, we were going for the block here, and there's 4th and 9, and they split the two guys out. And it's unfortunate the one guy covering the halfback side, he didn't see the fake, and he goes into the block. We covered all these plays in practice. Grady Cusack's on the tackle there. And that was a killer play there. It was a good call on that Coach Lavison's part, Coach Titus. Because he said the reason he called the play was 4th and 9. He said it was a do-or-die situation, and he said he wasn't stopping us at all. You know, he wasn't stopping us offensively, and he had to try to pull out all stops. And he felt like if he'd have punted, it would have been a tie game.
Abramson with a 1st and 10 at the Grace King 28.
Reggie Chesney on the tackle. It was a big play. Took a lot of, we struggled to keep him there, and then I was disappointed giving up this touchdown.
Second and 5 at the 8-yard line. Of course, good containment there, and he just got back and got it in.
He made a good run. He hit a good back. So we got to turn back, and we needed to help him the inside.
Try for point is good, and with that brings the score to 35-21. Abramson now with 3:50 left in the 4th quarter, and Coach, with only just less than 4 minutes, this puts the offense in a tough situation.
Right. If we get the ball back with 4 minutes to go, 1 touchdown behind, I'm not worried. And now we're in a situation where we have to score twice.
Well, with that, and it has to take you out of your game plan, because now you need 2 quick scores. You can't depend on long drives.
Correct. And that's not, Wing T is not really a quick scoring offense. It can be, but that's trying to move the ball the way we were doing it, and now we have to completely change.
Well, like we said before, you make your own breaks. They try to give us a fumble there on 3rd down, and if you're aware and you be looking for things, especially in the 4th quarter, looking to strip people and try to get the ball back, and we jump on the fumbles, and we're in good shape. And also, if we, although it's a good play on their part, we still should be able to cover the fake punt.
Grace King with good field position after the kick. Hard run there down to the 45-yard line.
The guard trap. We had the same set, and we're going to show them the same set to make them think we're doing the same thing, but we're going to try to pass out of it.
2nd and 1, Abramson 45-yard line.
We got our alignments messed up here. We're running a play that we don't usually run from our tight set, and when they heard the play, some of the players went out to their normal position. But in the wing team, we can run all our plays from any set that we have.
Fourth and 4 at the 48.
This is always a scary time to try to go for 1st down late in the game, and giving them field position, you don't make it, but you try to do what you can to stay in the ball.
Well, sure. At that point, a kick would not do you any good. We have 2 minutes left in the game. Abramson taking over after the 4th down play.
Benjamin Moore steps up hard. Grady Cusack on another tackle. Lonnie Cunnifell makes a nice play there. Help him out.
First and 10 at the 42.
It's a sweep again, and we did get turned in. He gained about 10 yards, but compared to what he was doing, we were doing a better job on it.
First and 10 at the 31.
They run a belly. Ronnie Tunner fell on the stop. The assistance from Roman Williams and Brady Kusick. Okay, right now I think we're getting a little tired. We're starting to make some arm tackles and missed tackles here, and definitely they call timeout. Yeah, to call them over. We don't want to give up the touchdown. And plus, we didn't want to let them know we were giving up on the game.
With that play, it brings the game to a close. The final score, Abramson 35, Grace King 21. Coach, as we've talked about, kids, they're improving. Your young offensive line got better as the game went along. Certainly they were in a position to win the football game, and you've been in that position the last 2 weeks. And the next step, I think that these young men, believe that they can win. They're doing the things that can produce wins, and they've just got to take that next step.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but we are a real young team this year in a lot of positions. Defensively, our 2 linebackers are freshmen and sophomores. Defensive end is a sophomore, and we got 2 sophomore defensive backs, and we got like I said, our whole offensive line is young. Our running backs are seniors, but our offensive line is really young. And we haven't really put together a full game where we put offense, defense, and special teams together. Last week against McDonald 35, I thought the defense played real well and just stayed on the field too long. And then the other night, really, the 4 plays with the sweep hurt us, and then the fake punt. But as far as playing a full game, I think the kids played hard the entire game, and obviously by the final score, they didn't give up.
Well, now this Thursday night, we start, the district schedule after 3 pre-district games, and of course you'll be facing a John Ehret football team that has come back. They've lost 2 tough ball games as well the last 2 weeks, one to St. Aug and one to Ouachita, that they traveled up to northern Louisiana and lost up there. So both of you starting district play this week. Both teams have had 2 tough games the last 2 weeks. Coach, what are you going to have to do offensively against John Ehret?
Well, Ehret is going to be big, strong, quick. And they run that option offense, but basically they show you a lot of different looks on defense, too. They're going to present a lot of problems. They play I'd call it a multiple defense.
Yes.
They're big and strong, and it's going to be a big test for our young linemen to see if they can go. We're going to step up in class, there's no doubt. They lost their last 2 games. They've been playing state contended teams,
yes.
St. Aug and Ouachita. So it's going to be a good test to see where we can go.
Well, no question. They lost a heartbreaker to St. Aug, a game that they could have won very easily, and then last week they jumped out on top of Ouachita 14-0, and then mistakes caused everything to go the other way, and ended up losing that ball game. Coach, defensively, certainly it's going to be a big step for your defense too against John Ehret.
Well, as always, John Ehret is extremely fast. We know they're going to run the option. They're going to run it out of the eye. And last year we did a pretty decent job against it, defending the option part of it. And a lot of teams we play like John Ehret, they'll come out and try to test us with their speed and try to get outside. And last year we did a pretty good job with it, but then when they decided in the second half, they came at us with some power. They can do both. They can hurt you with the option and also run some eye leads at you and counter plays. But they're one of even before preseason, people were talking Bonneville and East Jefferson, including myself, but also Ehret was right in there with them. And
certainly,
I think you can pick, as far as the district champion, it's going to come from Bonneville, EJ, and Ehret. And Ehret has prepared themselves well. They played a tough schedule. They got a good coaching staff that's been together for a long time, and Coach Billy North does a real good job. They were the team that went the furthest in the playoffs last year, and not only that the coaching staff's been together, they added some experience in with Coach Bill Schimento, a good friend of mine, and when you can add somebody with the years experience he has, that helps your staff, and they get along real well, and plus they have some good athletes to go with it, and looking for a real tough game from them, and as we always do, and we just, you know, hopefully we can hang in there with them.
Well, we wish you the best of luck against John Ehret in that district opener. Let's take a look at the standings from week 2 as far as rushing, passing. In rushing, after week 2, we have Robinson of Bonneville in the top 10. In passing, we have Hayes of Bonneville in first place, Robinson of Ehret, Stowe of Riverdale, and Petty of Higgins, all in the top 10 after week 2. In receiving, we have Wayne of John Ehret at the top, Jordan of Bonneville, Dubuque of Higgins, Holmes of West Jeff, all in the top 10 after week 2. In week 3 in scoring, after that we have Robinson in third place, Wayne of Ehret, and Dubuque of Higgins, all in the top 10. The scores from week 3, it was Higgins 12, H.L. Bourgeois 2, Washita 41, Ehret 20, Carr 14, West Jefferson 0, East Jefferson 27, Destrehan 22, Landry 28, Riverdale 6, Rummel 20, Bonneville 19, Fisher 35, Crescent City 6. The week 4 schedule, we have John Ehret at Grace King, East Jefferson at Cohen, West Jefferson at Higgins, Fisher at Belle Chase. The point after game of the week for week 4 will be Riverdale versus Bonneville, being played Friday night, September 22nd at Yenny Stadium, 7 p.m. We hope all of you will come out and watch these two fine high school teams perform on Friday night. The standings in District 8-5A after week 3, we have Bonneville, East Jefferson, Higgins, all with 2-1 records. Ehret and Riverdale 1-2. King and West Jefferson 0-3. And in District 10-2A, we have Newman, Riverside, Buras, St. Martin, all with 3-0 records. St. Charles 2-1. Fisher 1-2. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. It's great having you here. Best of luck to Grace King. We'll see you again later in the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Low Irvin for the Point After. We'll see you next week. Welcome to Week 8 of the Point After Show. Our game of the week, Grace King versus Higgins. My guest today, the head football coach from Grace King High School, Bob Hitchens, the head football coach from Higgins High School, McKinney Evans. Gentlemen, welcome to the Point After Show. A game last week that probably makes a coach's heart stop 3 or 4 times during the ball game, but a great game for the fans and a great game between the two schools. Coach, that pulling it out right at the end, good win for Grace King.
Well, it was nip and tuck the whole way, and I thought it was, you know, both sides made a few mistakes, but they also made a lot of real good plays. And it was close all the way to the end, and that's, you contribute that to Higgins' fine coaching job and also the good players they have, and you can tell they're on the rise. And but they're a dangerous football team, and we scored with 50 seconds to go, and we're still scared to death. And they come down and had 2 or 3 shots still at scoring. And it was, like I said, it was very exciting for the fans. A little rough on the coaches, but very exciting.
Coach, a game, you know, could have gone either way. I mean, you know, very exciting. Big plays, you know, some critical mistakes at some times, some points in the game, but right down to the wire.
Yeah, we are still learning. I tell our kids all the time that the majority of mistakes that we make, we'll make them full speed. But when we review the film, we found out that some of our kids were in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Some of our kids were doing the wrong thing. And then, the most importantly, I put them in those spots sometimes. So the thing that we tried to do in going back over reevaluating the film was to make sure that I had the kids in the right spot and able to make plays. And sometimes we didn't do that. And with that, I accept full responsibility for what our kids do. Yeah. One way or the other, we just got to get it done. And I tell them, we're using a hard example, and I teach my kids that if we are doing the right thing, It's just like learning to drive. If you're doing the right things, you be responsible for yourself. If you're doing the right things, everything will work for you. But you've got to do the right thing first, and that's some of the things our kids are not doing.
Well, you know, both of these teams, you know, are young football teams. Both teams, Bob, yourself, you know, you've been in position, you know, many times this year. You know, Higgins the same way. You have young kids, in particular young offensive linemen that have been maturing during the course of the year. Offensively, you've gotten better every week. Defensively, you've had some really high points and low points. But I think when you're dealing with younger kids and kids that are maturing as athletes and football players, you're going to have these things. And as they grow and get better, then the teams are going to progress and get better.
Well, when you play teams like Higgins that has the caliber and some speed with their backs and receivers, we can't afford it, like Coach said, we can't afford to be out of position. And we take one step, like the one particular screen pass. We got one kid takes one step out of the way, and that cries down the sideline 95 yards. And
right.
We take a step the other way, we might be able to stop him. But you got to credit the kid for making a good play on Higgins' part. But you know, well, I know offensively, I think this game our offensive line has improved immensely. We had some tough teams we played prior to the season, and the offensive line had a lot to learn, and I really do think that they should be commended for this game because I think they helped us with the pass protection and also were able to move the ball on the ground a little bit. And you got to have blocking to move. I mean, we can put all the kind of formations we want and everything, but I think the blocking improved. And also, we had some kids that, you know, the quarterback, Corey Cookmeyer, had a good game, and Maverick Charles, who were able to use offensively for the last two games because he had a sore ankle most of the year, and his pass, and along with Corey's generalship or leadership on offense, you know, helped us out a lot. And of course, Russell Thompson's hard running, but as a team, the kids hung in there real well, especially, you know, from a down week from the week before.
And Coach, you mentioned something about putting the kids in the right position to make the play. You know, kids in the right position, you know, you get away from all the formations and this and that. You get the kids in position, then it comes down to blocking and tackling.
Blocking and tackling, them having responsibility about themselves to make the particular plays. And that's what they got to take advantage of. If they don't, you know, not taking anything away from Greg King, they played a good football game. They did the things necessary to win the football game, and I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, clock management, sideline control, those kind of things that get out of hand sometimes, and we got to better control those situations.
Let's get right to the first half. Grace King, Higgins. Start the game, Grace King will receive, going from left to right.
Right on the outset of the kickoff, we thought we had a real good chance. We played good defensive football last week, so we thought we'd come back in with the same type of defensive game plan. And you'll find right off the bat that we got an alignment problem to start with, and we never did make that correction until about maybe the second quarter.
Right. I have to credit Coach Bobby, the new offensive coordinator. He came up with a good game plan and picked up a few things from watching the previous games and things. And I think by alignment we were able to get outside a little bit here and there. And also we were able to get some good down blocks and things.
Grace King starting on the 29-yard line after the kickoff return.
Toss to Russell Thompson, and got the guards out front, Kevin Florick, getting some good field blocks down by the wide receiver, Josh Anderson.
2nd and 4 at the 36. That young man has certainly run hard all year.
Russ, yes, he has. This is a little wrinkle we put in, and wide open on the first play, and we're just glad we're able to use it so we can help open up and keep here from Keel on Russell so much.
You see that defensive back was coming up the field when he should have been playing pass first. Another one of those situations where he's got to know what to do, and he's got to be taught that in practice during the week, and I didn't teach him that.
Coach, who was the young man that threw that halfback pass?
That was Maverick Charles, number 14. Right. He, first-year player. He's a point guard on the basketball team, too, and he's really come along. It's 4th and inches here. No doubt we had to go for it here. A good surge, good hard running.
Good blocking on the 4th and inches, and they picked up the first down.
There's Dennis Guerrero and Michael Klein on the right side.
You see, right there, we're out of alignment right now. We went at a 53 front, and we didn't get our linebackers to slide. And they just by alignment, they got 3 people outside on my 2.
Yes.
And I'm a little pig-headed on defense sometimes, and I tell my coaches they got to earn their paychecks, and I was a little bit slow making the decision myself to change the defense. So it hurt us. They scored a touchdown.
Here they come again, the same play to the other
Exactly
side.
the same thing. Out of alignment again. Anytime you turn the corner 3 on 2, you normally win with it.
1st and 10 now for Grace King at the Higgins 20-yard line.
Excellent catch here by Raymond Simmons, tight end. Corey Cookmar came out again on a bootleg pattern here, and they were not trying to get away from our conservative image a little bit, and Blainer makes a nice catch.
And he was well covered on the play. He just outfought the Higgins defender for the ball.
Defensive backs make it cardinal rule. If you break it in front, you got to have the football knock it down. Cardinal rule.
They did hit it. Popped it up in the air.
2nd and goal for King at the 10-yard line.
Come back to the play that's been helping. Bill Russell, I guess he doesn't believe it's so open wide out. We kind of thought he should have kept going outside with the guard out in front of him. And
those 22 made a pretty good play on that. We still need about 2 more people over there, and we'll eventually get them there, but not in the first quarter. So I can see again, it's just too many people there. Too many green shirts, not enough white shirts there, and that's by alignment. That's what caused that touchdown.
And Russell's been still limping there a little bit. He's running real hard. He's been operating on it. He's got a bad ankle for the past 2 or 3 games. They were getting good seal blocks down, which we haven't been getting, and it shows an improvement in the offensive line. Some of the plays were able to get outside during the season. We weren't able to get out there because we couldn't get down blocks. We were able to get those seals.
Here's the replay of that touchdown. The point after was blocked.
We had good down blocks. Also, what's helped us is taking a guard and putting it wing back, and that helps us just to get blocked. And that's Ryan Tunnefeld, 61, and got off to a good start here.
We have 7:40 left in the first quarter. King on top, 6-0.
Still feel good, but I hated to miss the extra point. But I mean, we played Higgins in the past, and we've seen Higgins this year, and we just know they could score from almost anywhere on the field, and you could never relax.
We get a pretty good kickoff return here by Spencer. We thought we were in good position to start moving the football.
Good wedge. Good return.
Good job on kickoff return.
Excellent field position for Higgins at the 45-yard line after the kickoff return. 1st and 10.
Nice save and tackle there by Eric Tackle, the kicker.
We get back in our power offense, and again, the tailback goes run the wrong hole. And I tell them that anytime they do something wrong, they're going to pay for it. Hey, you got to get lit.
Timmy Mileman, 66. He's improving a great deal. Sophomore linebacker.
2nd and 9.
Our backs have just got to do a good job of running with the eyes open. They get their heads down in the line of scrimmage. They don't see the proper cut lane. Getting a little movement across the front. Corey popping through pretty good. Corey Quires a good running back for fullback.
What year is he, Coach?
He's a senior this year.
Senior.
Dan Bouchon on the tackle. That could have gone a long way.
4th and 3. Higgins going for it. A flag on the play.
Yeah, we just feel we just got to go for it here. And then we get a penalty, so we decide to kick.
Right. 4th and 8.
We still had our defense on it. We still thought that even in this situation, I was going to safe.
Then we get bad kicks. That's just been one of our problems all year long, our kicking game.
That does hurt. Yeah. That hurts. That's happened to us a couple times this year, especially when you need a good...
Well, you give up field position. When you have a short kick, you're trying to get out of trouble. You give it right back to them.
Sophomore running back Brad Fall again. We get another run across to the tailback, and still gets a good blocking out there. And he's running back we've been able to use. He's come along real good. Sophomore.
2nd and 2.
You didn't lose outside contain on that. And I know they're trying to set us up. We tell our cornerback they're trying to set a throwback on us right now, and we're having to be on the lookout for it.
1st and 10 from the 34. He made a good decision on that play, too, because everything was well covered. He's able to take what the defense gave him.
Oh, yeah. That's the sweep looks good there. We got a good, both guards out, down blocks. You know.
2nd and 5 for King at the 29.
There's Joe Dorboy there coming off the backside on a foul. Anytime we want to make something happen, we're going to call him, and he gets it done.
And of course, he stepped up in the fourth, and he stepped up one step, and he wouldn't have. He really got a good look.
As you can see right there, we're out of position again. We're out of alignment. Right back makes a real good cut. If he got back outside, he probably scored.
Right. They were starting to adjust to it here. So then there was other things we could go to, but I mean, we're going to stay with it till we could. About a 47-yard field goal there, and came up by 5 yards short.
Higgins taking over the 20-yard line after the missed field goal. 1st and 10.
We come back with Ernest Chisholm on a little lead to the weak side.
Hard run there.
He's a good
Broke a
run.
tackle.
He does a real good job, but he's a little spastic at times, and he'll make a mistake, but he'll make up for it.
He's dangerous. He can hurt us a lot like that. Good hit by Benji.
Real good hit.
Higgins moving to the Higgins 32-yard line.
Chisholm's running was tough. He got him back in the ballgame here in the second quarter.
He did.
1st and 10 at the 31.
Yeah, we try to run a quarterback sweep, and we get penetration, and cause the quarterback to bow out. And we just cannot let that happen.
I just don't understand the face mask when we've got the man 5 yards deep. I don't understand that. To me, there's still not, no reason for it, especially when you got a negative play. You turn a good play into a bad play. -5, and then we got a penalty.
And, a penalty like that, can certainly turn the momentum of a game. In this case, it didn't, but it can.
Especially in a situation where 0-6, anytime anything negative happens, it just it seems to snowball. Good play there. Romy Williams, number 82, sophomore defensive end, and